Coach, opening statement whenever you're ready.
All right, I want to start off saying this. I got two points that are important before we talk about the game. Number one, man, I loved how many Cincinnati fans were in there this year. That was awesome. And all the people, I think the attendance was 15,000. I don't know, what was it last year, 10 or 11? And I thought the difference was our people came out. So I want to thank all the Bearcats that I know would prefer to watch us play at Fifth Third, but said we're going to go support that basketball team tonight because you knew Dayton was going to travel down the road for this one. So I was really, really impressed with our fans. That end of the end of the floor that we were on the bench, man, you could feel that. So I appreciate all the Bearcats that came out. The second thing I want to say is that is one hell of a basketball team we played against tonight. Anthony Grant, there's 2 years now of going through the prep and coaching against those guys. It was the most difficult prep I've had in a long time. They're very difficult for the coaches to prepare for. They're tough, they defend, they get underneath you, they run great stuff, they're a great offensive team. All right, they can shoot the lights out, no pun intended. But so I think they're going to have a great year if they're fortunate enough to stay healthy, and that's a team right there that could play in the Sweet 16, Elite 8. They're that good. Leading into it, I'm proud of the win. I'm proud of our kids. We defended our tails off tonight, especially in the first half. I thought we set a tone defensively. I thought our guys were completely focused and locked into the scout. Forced deflections, turnovers. I thought we were really good on the board. We had some good moments offensively early in the game because we got good shots and got to the board. There was a stretch there in the first half where their pressure probably affected us a little bit, getting into our offense and creating good shots. And I thought we weathered the storm a little bit, and then all of a sudden it opened up again. Guys, we're not humming on offense yet, but we're coming. Like we're getting there. I mean, we are starting to. You see some stretches tonight where the offense starts to get better. Okay, and if these guys will keep working and we can continue to grow our defense and we can get our offense to the level that we're capable of playing consistently, I think we have a lot of better basketball to play. But you guys were all worried about Jizzle James going 0 for 11. My ass wasn't, okay? Neither was he. And then he comes in and I thought he shot the eyes out of it tonight. I knew when he made the pull-up going right, we were having a tough time there to score in the first half, and he got off his right hand to his mid-range game and he made it. I go, okay, there he is. There's the guy we see every day. But his shooting was really important for us. There was a lid on it for Seamoss in the first half, but I thought he got going in the second half. Dan obviously is getting back into the flow offensively, and you saw some of the things he can do, whether it's on the offensive board or attacking the rim. And he's going to be upset about the way he shot it from three, but that's coming too. He's just got to get back in the flow. But Aziz, I thought we had a chance to kind of break the game open a couple times with some of those plays over the top. And some people may watch and go, are those good to sit? For our team, they are, because he's that good of a lob threat, and we convert those plays a lot. It's kind of like Jizzle in the last game. Like, we didn't convert him. He missed a couple lobs he normally gets, and we still win. That's a really good sign for our team. But how about his toughness, Dan's toughness, Day-Day's toughness to make the big free throws at the end? That's another thing that I was really proud of. I thought Dylan did an unbelievable job on Santos. And again, defensively as a team, we were pretty dang good. And then I thought Day-Day defensively, like when we can throw Day-Day and Jizzle at you defensively, and Jizzle's gotten so much better, and Day-Day on the ball defensively maybe as good as there is in college basketball. So I thought there was some good possessions there. But I'll let you guys ask some questions. I gave you plenty of thoughts.
Coach, 17 points in the first half for Dayton, 42 in the second half. What, in your opinion, was the biggest difference defensively?
They're really good on offense. I mean, you're not going to, they're the 10th ranked offense in the country on KenPom going into the game. And that's real, because look at the schedule they played. They've been in Maui, played UConn, North Carolina, and Iowa State. God, Iowa State. I mean, they had leads. I think double-figure leads in all those games. They beat UNLV at home. They beat Marquette at home. I mean, so they're 10th in the country with one of the most difficult schedules in the country. That's a real number. You're not holding them down forever. So some of it you got to give them credit. Obviously, we had some defensive breakdown in the second half, but I thought when it mattered, we came up with some really big stops. I was really proud of our defensive performance overall tonight, even though I can always be picky, and these guys know I will be.
Jizzle, they start to make a run in that second half to get back into it. What did it say about the toughness of this team to kind of weather that storm and still be able to hold them off, finish them out at the line, and get the win?
It says a lot about our team. We know it's a game of runs in college basketball, so it was expected for them to come out, and have that type of urge and energy in the second half. But we just stayed 2 feet in, stayed together, and it just panned out and we got the dub.
Their pressure at the end, they cut it to 4, it was 18. Is that a good exercise for what's to come in the Big 12 to be able to finish off at the free throws like you mentioned?
Here's a question for me, Scott.
Whoever wants to answer.
Yeah, I think, that we made a couple errors in judgment late in the game. Like we're double-figure lead with 3.5 minutes left, and we take a couple quick, Dan takes a quick three. That's a good three most times in the game, but with a double-figure lead that late in the game, you want to burn some clock. And I thought, you want to stay aggressive, so it's a fine line, but, Dan didn't convert the one downhill. So there's a couple, and then Seamus, we were fortunate that he got a foul call. So we had a couple errors in judgment late in the game, but I was really proud of the way we stepped up and made free throws. I don't think we turned it over against the press all night. I know Dylan throws the one in the lob, but we throw lobs. So, but I don't think we had a turnover in the press. We put the ball in jeopardy a couple times, so that'll be something we can work on. But I was proud of how we executed down the stretch. It was not perfect, but we had not been in that situation against a team like that, so that'll be good for us moving forward.
Dan, you guys were able to hold on when it got close tonight. You were able to beat X when you guys weren't shooting it well. How much did these past 2 games kind of vindicate just the tangible growth this whole group has had, and that you're able to come out on the winning side of those games this season?
Well, big shout out to Dayton. It's a great basketball team, and we practice this every day. Like in practice, we come with the approach to like how hard we're gonna fight when things get tough, because shots are not always gonna go in and things like that. So it shows a lot about our coaching staff and how hard we play as a team, how much we believe in our coaches, and how much our coaches believe in us. And it's just the organization and how we fight for this city and for this state in general. And it shows how hard we can fight even when shots are not coming down, and keep our composure and believing in our team and trusting in each other and keep working at it.
Coach, you only got 12 minutes from Connor tonight. He didn't score, but it looked like defensively when he was in there, he was just as good as Day and Jizzle, kind of pressuring them and making their offense tough to run.
Yeah, let me tell you, I don't think I've said this publicly, but Connor, Arrington Page, and JJ Rembert, that they had the flu in the worst way you could have a flu now all week. So Connor and AP yesterday before practice, and they did not practice the 2 days before yesterday. That they're in the training room getting an IV, and I think at one point, this was 103 temperature, maybe more than that for both of them at one point. And JJ didn't even practice yesterday. They've been so sick with the flu. The toughness that they showed to even practice yet. Most kids, and I wouldn't blame anybody, but most kids wouldn't have even tried to practice yesterday, and then for them to come out and play today and go through our prep, and they don't look right yet. I thought their toughness was just unbelievable. I mean, I'm so proud of those two. I knew it would be a little bit quicker stretches tonight because of how sick they've been, but I was really, really proud of that, and I told everybody that in the locker room. So that probably had a lot to do with Connor's minutes, and even trying to get AP out in some shorter spurts, because I can't tell you how sick. I didn't think they'd play. And then I thought AP gave us some really solid minutes tonight. He's so important we got to keep getting him and Tyler Betsy to get there. They're so important to our success in league play.
Coach Grant kind of talked about your guys' physicality, saying you're one of the most physical teams they've played yet this season. Said they just couldn't figure out the rebounding differential. How much did you overemphasize that if you stuck to your principles of rebounding and physicality, that you guys would have a good chance in this game?
Yeah, but listen, we need to be a great rebounding team. to be the team we want to be. I thought the first offensive possession of the game, I mean, Dan, AZ, Dylan, those guys set a tone on the board tonight. Even CMOS got his hands on a couple. I thought Jizzle tracked down some loose. I've been on his butt about that, but he tracked down some big time loose balls tonight. I mean, we need to be a great offensive rebounding team to be the team we want to be. And I thought against them, and that they're an elite defensive rebounding team analytically. I don't know how much you guys study it, but one of the best in the country. For us to come out and get 17 is a good sign for our team.
Dan, you came out with a lot of energy in the opening minutes, helped drive that early push to get that early lead. What was there something that you saw on the floor defensively that allowed you to kind of pick your passing lane to get some of the turnovers, or was it just the flow of the action and being able to take advantage of their mistakes?
Nah, it wasn't really that. I was just being aggressive, and I know they're a physical team, and I was trying to match their physicality, and I was just trying to come with a right approach, getting on the boards. That's what gets me going every game in general. What it is, getting an offensive rebound or getting a defensive rebound, that's what gets me going, and guarding the ball and getting some defensive stops, and that's what gets our team going in general. So I wanted to get off the right foot to get our team going.
Jizzle, last game you go 0 for 11, come back, get double digits, but then you also had 3 blocks. What about your defensive intensity was allowing you to make those plays on defensive end?
Last week I didn't have, the game I wanted to have, but, I still fought through it, and I think I was, kind of, I want to say excellent on defensive end, but I gave it my all, and I think that's an impact if you just keep playing, don't worry about the offensive side. And I think it just carried on in this game because, we worked on finishing the game practice, staying in front, making the ball go through our body. So it was like just really what we work on in practice and translate to the game.
Wes, it seemed like the energy for you guys was pretty much at a peak from the opening tip. Did you sense that? And if you did, how important is that as a characteristic of your team going into conference play?
We got guys that love to play. We got guys that love to compete. If the only time I'm going to be surprised is when they're not like that, because we got guys that love to play basketball and compete. It's been fun to watch the evolution of our program, because that's so important to us. That we got a locker room full of guys that just love it. They love moments like this. So if we weren't that way, that would surprise me, not the other way around. But I give these guys a lot of credit. What's fun about this team to date is we love basketball, we love competing, we love playing, and that's made it enjoyable to be around this group every day.
2 more.
Most days.
Jizzle, did you let Aziz know you're coming for him as the rim protector now? 3 months.
It's just something I got athleticism, so I've been trying to use it on defense.
I tried to throw Jizzle a lob today early in the game. We ran a lob play. He is a pretty good athlete, but I think the thing with Jizzle is he continues to, and Dan's the same way, all of our guys, they continue to improve so much with their defensive habits. The more they continue to do that, the more defensive plays they're going to make, because they're in position to make plays. And you mentioned, if you go look at Jizzle's blocks, I think 2 of them were because he was in great defensive position defending the ball within 5 or 6 feet, and then he can use his athleticism to make a play. I think the one play they get the and one there off the right slot was a big possession. He didn't get back in front of the ball there, and it's on his hip. So when he gets into great position, we got a lot of guys like that. Dylan Mitchell, they're going to make more and more plays. So you guys can mess with them on the blocks, but nobody here is surprised. You'll see more of that.
2-0 in the Black Cats jerseys is the table of the seal of approval for the new uniforms.
I like them. I'm a big fan of them. I'm a big fan of the jerseys for sure. But yeah, I like them. I'm a big fan. Not a lot of people are big fans of them, but yeah, it's 2-0.
They're not popular.
I think everybody likes it.
Are they not popular? Jizzle, you like them?
Yeah.
Guys, I like that. I like talking about jerseys and shoes and gear in the off season. All I care about is winning during the season, so I don't care. But this is a true story. So Andy Frigge, who handles all the equipment for our program and a lot of the programs, I'm going to give him a big time shout out here. He asked me this morning, which black uniforms do you want to wear? And I said, I don't care. I just want to win the game. You pick and you surprise me. But you better pick the one that wins. So Friggy's in good shape with me right now, okay? He picked the right jerseys. So shout out to Friggy.
All right, we're done. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.